A new report suggests the UK should become more like Singapore if it wants to boost economic growth and the quality of its public services. Singapore's social spending per person is significantly less than the UK, but it is ranked #1 in the world for healthcare efficiency. Well, we're joined now by the report's author, Dr. Bryan Cheang, from the Centre for the Study of Governance and Society at King's College London. Morning. Thank you for your time today. Sounds rather intriguing, this. So, pay less and get more?
Exactly. The report I've written really focuses on the market efficiency of Singapore's healthcare system. Singapore is known for its great performance in healthcare, one of the best in the world for life expectancy, low infant mortality, and also not just longer life, but healthier. Global burden of disease covering 188 countries shows that Singapore is one of the second highest in the world length of disease-free life. But not only do we have high outcomes, we do it at a fraction of the cost. We spend less than 5% of our GDP on healthcare, half of the average for high income in EU countries. So I think it's this theme of efficiency, high performance at low cost, which is what I'm trying to describe in this new report that I've released.
How on earth can you achieve that? Then many countries will want to do similar things, but you seem to, or Singapore seems to have done it.
Exactly. I think the main difference, is that in Singapore, we have a strong role for the sector, right? Even though we have the aim of universal access to healthcare, which is a praiseworthy aim, Singapore focuses on the importance of the private sector and also individual self-responsibility. So in Singapore, even though the government provides subsidies, patients and consumers have to pay off the pocket to a significant degree. At least 50 to 60% of all domestic healthcare expenditure is actually private, as compared to the UK, where about 80% of healthcare expenditure is from the government. So by encouraging a greater sense of self-responsibility and cost control, therefore, amongst private consumers, you ensure that healthcare is actually more efficient. And actually, that's the kind of model that I've been painting in this report.
The population of Singapore is a lot less, though, isn't it, than the UK? What, a tenth of it? So people might say that's much easier to do.
Well, yes, that's true, definitely. But I think one of the major traits that I want to highlight in this report is also the culture of self-responsibility that actually arose after Singapore gained independence, from the United Kingdom in the 1960s. If I may share a famous quote by our founding minister, S. Rajaratnam, he said the PAP government, the incumbent party, doesn't believe that it's the government that creates prosperity. It's hard work. And the more hard work you have and more intelligent you work, the greater your prosperity is. So it's difficult to export the system if you don't have a prevailing set of values that go along with it. So I think, this free market system of healthcare that we have in Singapore requires a citizenry and a culture that believes in self-responsibility. So I think, this change in mindset, is actually very important as well before we even think about any structural reform of healthcare.
In a sentence, then, what is your message to the UK to be able to change or to have any sense that things might improve?
Well, that's a great question. I think the main point is not about throwing money to improve healthcare outcomes, but thinking about structural reforms. The NHS has great doctors, great healthcare workers I respect greatly, but we need to think about structural reforms, decentralize the system, make it less monolithic, release market forces, right, and allow private competition so that they can take up the slack and take up the pressure that I'm sure the UK healthcare system is greatly under right now.
All right, Dr. Bryan Cheang, great to hear from you. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much.